Hello everybody, we're going to introduce you to Geogebra. Geogebra is the software that we're going to be using in this course to graph things and generally view things that are done algebraically or graphically or numerically. This is if you are using a school computer, this program should be available on it. If you don't have a school computer, you should go to Geogebra, that's spelled out right there, .org, and find the download and put it onto your computer. Okay, let's go through a few items here. Just on the file menu, new window, this works just like on any other program. If you want to open a file, this will bring up your open dialog box, and the file types are called .ggb. So that's how you do that. How to save files, save as. Exporting to a web page is one thing that you might use, and print preview will bring up the print screen. Editing things, a lot of times you want to undo things. I just use the quick key, which is Control Z to undo. So if I draw a line and I don't like it, this, and I just hit Control Z and it will undo whatever the last thing that was done. Redo is Control Y, and copy and paste, you might use this. Okay, object properties is something that you will use a lot. And most of the time I don't go to it from this menu, I just right click on something. So if I draw a line and then I want to change its color, I just right click on it and then say object properties. And I can change colors or style, make it a dash line, do all that kind of stuff, change labels, insert the name, maybe I change the value. That is all available in the object properties menu. And Control Z, and undo all that. Okay. View. So this, if you ever lose a window, you're like, I don't know what happened to my graphics view. This is where you find it. View. And I like to bring up the spreadsheet a lot, and this will help us when looking at different numerical representations of graphs. And when you open the spreadsheet view, it opens up another statistics menu, but don't worry about that. When you click on another menu, it will bring up your drawing tools again. Okay. Control Z. There we go. Alright. Other views, there's this CAS, which is an algebraic solver. This is kind of cool if you've never played with them, but if you say like 2x equals 8, say solve, and then you put it in brackets. And it will solve it for you. So it helps you do kind of complicated stuff that we used to have to do when we were in school, but now you can do it with a click of a button. Okay. Other graphics view, if you want to have a second one, and there's other things you can play with, but I don't want to get too deep into it. Any options like how to round things, fonts, that kind of stuff is all under options. Tools, customizing the tool. You probably don't have to worry about any of these other ones. Okay, so that's a little introduction to that. Now let's just build a function just to do something for our first activity. So this is the input bar down at the bottom. When you type into the input bar, it will give you your algebraic representation, and then it will graph it. So let's just say f of x. So f parentheses x close parentheses equals, and let's just say something like 3 times x plus 1. And I'm not sure if you need to use the times or not, but I like to use it, and it's the asterisk is multiplication. So then I hit enter, and it draws my line right there, and it puts the function into the algebra view. But you could also do y equals 0.5 x. Let's just try to see if it works. Yeah. So that, because I didn't write it in function form, it made a line called a with y equals 0.5 x minus 1, and it drew that line right there. So what you're going to do is just build a couple of functions, and actually let's do something that we will do a lot of, and that's use these slider bars. Slider bar allows you to put a variable in, so let's call it b, and it goes from my minimum. We'll say how about a minimum of -10 just to change it, and maximum of +10 on an increment of 0.2 just to be different. Okay, so when I go to the move tool, this changes my slider to these different values from 10 to -10 on an increment of 0.2. Now I can put that into a function and have it do different things. So I'll say g of x equals, how about b divided by x? Let's just see what happens. Alright, so it made this funky graph. It goes like this and like that. I want to change the color of it just to make it look different. So right click on it, change color to red. And then I'm going to change the color of this to red. So it kind of matches with that graph. And oops, I made it gray. That's funny. Okay, so now as I change b, what happens to the graph? Oh, that's interesting. When it goes to 0, it goes a straight line. Because g of x is equal to 0. Alright, so yeah, you can kind of play with that and see kind of what things happen. And you can make tons of slider bars and do different things with them. So this is kind of what Geogebra is all about. And I just want you to make a function with a slider bar and do something creative with it. And that's what you're going to show to your teacher. So you could do something like, I don't know, h of x equals, what's something you want to try? How about c, how to do exponentials is to do this little caret button. 6, shift 6 will do that, so up arrow. So I'm going to say c squared, actually let's put it in parentheses, c plus x quantity squared divided by, let's put this in parentheses, b plus x. Okay, so this is something I don't even know what's going to happen. Alright, and make this little graph. Zoom out. Oh, that's interesting. Let's change color. Let's get screen. Screen. Alright, and then what happens when I change this? Oh, wow. That's weird. Okay. So that's what you can do with this kind of thing. And then, oh, it looks like B makes that thing really good. See? You learn something new every day when you play with Geogebra and make functions of different types. So we're going to be able to analyze lines and all kinds of stuff just using this, and then we'll even get to the spreadsheet in the next credit. One more thing, the zoom, I forgot to talk about this. If you want to move the graphics view, I like to just press the middle mouse wheel button, and you can drag it around. And if I want to zoom, I scroll in and out. Now, if you don't have a mouse, you can still do those things using the tools right here. So you click this little down arrow, and you can move the graphics view like that, or you can zoom in like that, or zoom out like that. Okay, so yeah, there's two ways to do it. You could use this the toolbar option, or you can use the scroll wheel, zoom in and out, or press and drag. All these other tools we'll eventually get to throughout the course, but you can take a look at them and have fun with them, experiment with them, show your teacher making polygons. So that's something you can do. You can make circles, you can make angles, and all kinds of stuff. So text, inserting images, all sorts of stuff, reflecting things about a line, just like this. But anyway, you can experiment with those things and show your teacher what you've come up with.